So Neil, it's unbelievably 20 years since the release of Mike Collins. Did you have any idea of the impact it was going to have in the country, especially at the time with the troubles in real life?
No, but it's like, I mean, when I made it, I was just making a movie.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought I was lucky to get to make a movie. I didn't realize that it would cause such controversy among the press in general, you know, among academic kind of dialogue, all of that sort of stuff. I was just making a film. It was an accident of the fact that I'd made a few successful movies, and you know, I managed to get Warner Brothers to give me a sufficient budget to make this film. You know, and
For a lot of my generation, watching that movie was almost the introduction to Ireland's history. I mean, I remember, you know, the opening scene of the assassinations always sticks with me. Personally, when I watched it, do you hope that when the re-release comes in March, that the next generation will learn more about it, or is it you just want people to see it as a movie now and not so much
No. I mean, what Warner Brothers say to me, Warner Brothers Ireland say, you know, there's a whole generation that haven't seen this film.
Yeah.
Because for one thing, it's never been on Blu Ray, it's never been on DVD. You know, so there's been these old VHSs, and you know, they're celebrating, you know, 2016 and the 100th anniversary of 1916, without the kind of controversy that attended when I was making that film.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. It shows a kind of maturity in, you know, the way Irish people think about themselves.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see how it's received this time, and, you know, what people go to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just can you explain what the buzz was like around Dublin when you were shooting this? Were, you know, people on the street getting really involved, or was there a lot of goodwill, or was there a lot of...
Oh, it was extraordinary.
Tension?
I mean, we disturbed the traffic on successive weekends. We must have made people's lives hell.
Yeah.
I mean, for one sequence, the sequence where Collins finally used artillery against his own comrades in the forecourts, you know?
Yeah.
We literally had to close the entire of Dublin from the Halfpenny Bridge right down to the Phoenix Park, as far as the eye could see, literally. And it was a summer's day, and traffic was backed up down to Wicklow and everything, you know, but, you know, nobody complained to me. I mean, I got an unprecedented cooperation from, you know, Dublin City Council and from the city manager. And I think maybe because whatever else, whether the movie is about, you know, whether the movie is about a historical event or not, it kind of was a recreation of Dublin, you know? And, you know, we had to actually give as good account of the city as we could. And I was so glad that we didn't have CGI, because CGI just tells lies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And if you have to get 4,000 people in a square, and there was no way but other than to get 4,000 people dressed up in the period costumes in that place, you know, that doesn't tell a lie, really, you know.
I just have a kind of a hypothetical one for you. If you were to make this movie again in 2016 from scratch, this is a tough one now, but who would you cast as
Collins?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. I'm putting you on the spot here, I know, but
I think I'd probably cast Michael Fassbender. I don't know. Oh, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
I don't know.
I mean, actually, because going back to Liam Neeson, he was an inspired choice because he was just brilliant in the main role. But
well, Liam was my first choice. I could see he was extraordinary, and anybody who saw him knew he was going to be extraordinary.
And I just final question for you for the Oscar that you won, The Crying Game. Did you have a speech written beforehand just in case you won it?
No, I didn't. Look, you know, I'd never thought of that I'd win an Oscar.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that kind of person. Perhaps I should be, but it just never occurred to me. It was, you know, it's a great party. It often when you see it on TV, it looks boring and self-congratulatory. But actually, you know, the Oscars are a celebration of cinema. You know, and cinema's in all sorts of trouble at the moment. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I know they should be more diverse. They should do a lot of things differently. You know, there's too many old people like me, members of the Academy. You know, there should be a lot more young people. But actually, they're doing their best to keep cinema alive. So it's important, you know. And this year we got Saoirse, and we got Brie Larson, and we got Michael Fassbender, and you know, it's important for Irish cinema, and it's great that it's so well represented at the Oscars.